Ancestors are descendants of family we currently have. The wonders of our relatives and their lives is incredibly intriguing. Some people you meet today are related to George Washington, and that really sparks the interest of who is my family and where do I come from. Every relative from generation to generation has a story to tell. Some are about bravery and honor, while others are about failure. Recently, my aunt discovered a deceased relative has ascertained a family tree that dates all the way back to the 1500s. The 1500s. She found out that this family tree has 5 generations, starting back with the most common relative, John Ketchum. There's about 60 people standing on this family tree. Now, I will not explain who each one of these relatives is, but as I examined this scroll, some names stood out instantly. William Frederick Patrick was born November 12, 1822, and passed away December 5, 1902. He was a distant relative of mine that served in the Civil War back in the 1850s. He was my great-great-great-great-grandfather. He was a commander for the Confederacy under Robert E. Lee battling the Union. During the days of the Civil War, he took a bullet wound to the eye and survived. Because of the poor medical attention back then, he was disabled in his right eye. In his personal life, he had a wife named Stella, and together they had 14 kids, 4 who were genetically related. Another milestone for my family history was the life of James Albert McNutt. He was born February 19, 1887, and died June 12, 1968. He originated from Cooper, Texas, and there he started out as a very unfortunate child. McNutt was a small child when both his parents died. His older brothers were not able to take proper care of him, so they sold him for a mule and a wagon. Can you imagine how it would feel to be sold for a mule and a wagon? When James Albert McNutt was sold, he went to a wealthy family called the Pinkers, who changed his life for the better. The Pinkers were farmers and owned a lot of land that James Albert McNutt ended up sharecropping as a job when he was older. My mother often remembers going to the house and playing in the storm cellar, and also picking cotton on the land. With the research collected, we found our family crest. A crest is also known as a coat of arms. The coat of arms shows that your family has more authority over the other families. It is still used in places such as England and Scotland today. My family's coat of arms belongs in England to the Braziers. Ancestors are more than just people who made of your past. They are the people who made you who you are today. This is always a fascinating story to tell about them, and I feel like by me learning such a valuable information and the stories by my family history, I have the desire to continue to look and dig deeper and deeper into the mystery of where I came from. Many teenagers have the ability to whether their ancestors were born of royalty or a past president. From their discoveries, great identities can be made as well as a great story.